Hey guys, what's up? It's just me, Kenny. Today I have a really exciting story to share with all of you. And, let's just, oh, I have the hiccups. They're gone. Okay, so the story is the time that I got to have a conversation with Ross Mathews. Now, this was an exciting time in my life because I was with the It Gets Better project at RuPaul's Drag Con, and if you watched my first video, you'll know that I am a big Drag Race fan. So I was super excited to meet the drag queens. I actually got to interview the queens on the red carpet before they went and did their panels. So they do these panels at DragCon where, they have the fashion queens all go and, everyone can go and watch these fashion queens talk about their drag. So I'm in the press room with all these adults and publicists who work with a lot of the queens. And so they had all been around the queens a lot and they weren't super starstruck. So of course I tried to stay really calm when the queens were coming in because, also we had to be quiet so people could go down the line and interview the queens. So each queen would come in, and some of them I had met before, and when I got to interview them, it was super fun and exciting. And so finally, we're waiting around, it's getting towards the end of the day, and there's only a couple panels left. So I'm sitting there, kind of getting a little bored, just on my phone, and in walks Michelle Visage. Now, I'm trying to stay calm, of course. She walks past me, and, they don't want anyone to freak out or anything. So, I just kind of give her like a little head nod, but inside I'm like, oh my gosh. So she has like some people with her, she's talking to them, it's not a big deal, and people don't interview her for some reason. She seemed like she was in a hurry, I guess. Next walks in the one and only Ross Mathews. Now, I am a huge Ross Mathews fan. Not only from RuPaul's Drag Race, but I've known who he was before, and since reading his book, Man Up, I have also become a great fan of his. On Instagram, Ross Mathews posts a lot about living in Palm Springs, and he and his partner Salvador doing certain things, drinking, going to wine tastings, and just having a good time. So Ross Mathews walks in with Salvador, and as soon as he walks in, I scream, "Oh my God, it's Ross Mathews!" And the whole room goes silent. And it was kind of embarrassing, and I could tell he was a little taken aback because the queens and the celebrities kind of came into the press room to, do their interviews, do their press, of course, and then they could sit down and kind of relax because the floor of DragCon was so busy. So he was very nice, and I walked up to him and, I put my hand out, I said, "Hi, my name's McKenna." Then I go up to Salvador, I shake his hand, I say, "Hi, I'm McKenna, it's so nice to meet you." And I said his name as well. And I always try to greet the celebrity's spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, just because I want them to feel included. And I had known obviously who Salvador was from being such a huge Ross Mathews fan. So Ross Mathews is talking to people, and I asked him, "Hey, I'm from the It Gets Better project. Can I please interview you?" And he said, "Oh, sure, I'll be over there in a second." So I didn't want to bother him, I just waited, and, more people would come up, and they'd interview him, and I was just waiting, hoping that he didn't leave before he came over to be interviewed. So finally he comes over, and, I'm standing there, and of course, I'm like, "Oh, I'm a huge fan," and I think he said something like, "I can tell." And so then, we do our interview, and I'm professional in the interview, and in the end I say something like, "And make sure to tune in to Straight Talk with Ross Mathews on iTunes and buy his book, Man Up." And that's how I ended the interview. So from that, Ross Mathews was like, "Oh my gosh, girl, you really are a fan." And I was like, "Yeah, I am." And from that, he was like, "Get your friend to take a picture of us." So my friend Dan, he was doing the camera work. He actually works for the It Gets Better project. I gave him my phone, and he took a picture of me and Ross Mathews. I'll put it here, or maybe I'll put it in the picture thing, the thumbnail, or maybe I'll put it in the thumbnail. And it was so exciting. And Ross Mathews said to me, tweet that picture and I'll follow you. And I was like, oh girl, I will. You don't even have to tell me. So right then, of course, I get on my phone, tweet at Ross Mathews, and that girl follows me back by the end of the night, and I was slayed. He liked my picture. I think he reblogged it, and I was so excited. So Ross Mathews is still my follower on Twitter, and I don't really tweet that much, and I'm not like a great tweeter. I'm not very funny, but just to say Ross Mathews follows me on Twitter is an accomplishment to me. So I want to know if you guys have any good celebrity experiences or fun stories to tell. Make sure you comment them down below. Again, let me know if there's anything or anyone you'd like to see on my channel. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.